they say nothing lasts forever, even buildings. With modern engineering, most stadiums are designed to have a lifespan of 25 to 30 years. Some outlast that by necessity, but others can stand the test of time because of their status as icons, ending the cycle of build, destroy, rebuild. Today we're going to look at the stadiums that will last forever and never be replaced. And that's coming up right now, actually. Before we get started, the criteria is that these stadiums are ranked by a combination of being in continual use for their respective sports franchises or events, their significant status as icons, and for being as preserved as possible, their original form. Just being old doesn't get you on this list. Let's get into it. Opened in 1957, this near 100K capacity stadium is truly an icon to the football world. Renovated 3 times, most recently in 2018, plans are currently underway to significantly upgrade it again. That should be completed in 2024, ensuring its continual operation for an indefinite time period in the future. The stadium, with its iconic colored seating pattern, has seen Barca win 20 La Liga championships and has hosted numerous FIFA World Cup games. So while roster changes can get messy,
dad jokes,
this stadium will be used for a long time. Maybe a stadium more synonymous with the annual event that takes place here. Said event is what's likely to keep this place around for eons to come. Host of the aptly named Rose Bowl, the stadium that opened in 1922 has seen minimal renovations and has preserved its mostly original architecture, particularly inside the seating area. The Rose Bowl is a National Historic Landmark and continues to serve as the home site for the UCLA Bruins. Despite its continued use, the stadium can cause massive traffic problems on game day. Many things are unique about the frozen tundra. It's the only stadium that's owned by a town, has never sold its name to a corporate sponsor, and is the last in the NFL to feature bleachers as the primary method of seating. Opened in 1957 and named after former coach and Packer Curly Lambeau, this field has seen significant renovations surrounding the seating bowl, but the experience down near the field has largely been unchanged since the 50s, including the frostbite. In 2012 and 2013, a significant expansion was added to the south end zone, which included new seating decks and a large video board. An updated atrium was added as well, which includes a pro shop and the Packers Hall of Fame. You can also get married in the atrium, something Tom Grossi wishes he did.
Yeah, wise guy, eh?
The home of Man U for 110 years, Old Trafford has largely been upgraded from its original form, but is too historic to not be included on this list. After suffering some bombing damage from World War II, the roof and main stand was built out in 1951, with the remaining seating areas eventually covered. A significant expansion began in the mid-90s and early 2000s, and is what gives Old Trafford its current look of today. Plans call for further expansion of the yard in the future, that is, if the team can survive the bombings from other EPL squads this year. Odd dimensions, no parking, seats that face other seats, fans breaking into the park. All the history you could possibly ask for is here at Fenway Park. Opened in 1912, the park features a 37-foot high green monster which was built to allegedly keep fans from watching the game for free. What's funny is it wasn't always green, it was covered in ads initially. There's also the triangle in center and, of course, the pesky pole. Ongoing upgrades have been performed to the park since the late 80s, with the 600 Club built behind home plate and seats being added to the Green Monster. Continued modernization ensures this park will remain weird forever. Known as the G, the near-circular Melbourne Cricket Ground is one of the world's oldest sporting venues, having opened its doors 167 years ago. The first grandstand was wooden and then was replaced with brick and eventually a covered grandstand. After hosting the Olympics in 1956, the stadium underwent many transformations until its present state, a single unbroken stand that was completed in 2005. The G is the site of cricket, AFL, rugby union, and rugby league matches. Thanks to everyone who has told me that those are two different things. Opened in 1968, MSG is the oldest arena in both the NHL and NBA. It's as old and as tired as James Dolan's music and his ineptitude as an owner. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The arena was upgraded in 2013 and controversy followed when local governments wanted to renovate Penn Station, which sits adjacent to MSG. It was proposed that the arena actually pick up and move 2 blocks west. Okay. Nothing is set in stone regarding that plan, and for now, MSG is staying put, continually dishing out sadness for all of eternity. You can't tell the story of basketball without this building, Hinkle Fieldhouse. Once known as Butler Fieldhouse, it's where the movie Hoosiers' final boss scene was filmed. The changes to the venue have been minimal over the years, as minor things such as adding seats, removing bleachers, and installing updated scoreboards have been performed. Because the building is registered as a National Historic Landmark, the exterior cannot be significantly changed, and that's a good thing, preserving its old-school factory look. Hinkle Fieldhouse truly is a slice of history. More affectionately known as the Big House at 110,000, Michigan Stadium is the largest capacity stadium in the United States and third largest in the world. Preserving its single-level stadium design, the only major changes to the Big House have been the adding of new luxury suites and press boxes, as well as making the stadium more accessible. Renovations to the stadium's exterior architecture have been performed, helping to ensure the stadium will be used year after year, just like them losing to Ohio State. You knew that was coming. Before we get to our number one, here are some honorable mentions, as these are not actually considered stadiums. And now for our number one stadium that will last forever. Virtually unchanged since its opening in 1914, Wrigley Field is both a testament to preservation and stubbornness. Most of the ongoing renovations that are being performed to Wrigley don't involve the main stadium area, as the plan dubbed the 1060 Project included upgraded locker rooms, separated bullpens, a third base club, and alterations to the surrounding areas around the ballpark. Additionally, it's one of the few ballparks that has an agreement with the nearby buildings as to where they can put stands. The most significant exterior renovations involve having the outside of the park restored to how it looked before the 60s, so Wrigley is actually moving backwards. Pretty cool. Of course, the ivy still presents a problem to players, as this is the only ballpark in the MLB that does not have padding for the outfield walls, which are solid brick behind all that vegetation. I guess in the olden days, you went back on a deep drive and you broke your ribs, and you liked it. There's no doubt, unless the steel and concrete from this building rots to its core, that the friendly confines will be in use for generations to come. And we're all okay with that. In a world full of uncertainty, we need some things that will never change. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe for more videos on all sports. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.